कितनी सीट देते हैं गुजरात में आप भारतीय जनता पार्टी को?
देखिए, सीटों के आकलन करने के लिए तो बहुत जल्दबाजी होगी, मगर मैं इतना निश्चित कह सकता हूं, दीपावली के समय से लगभग मेरा गुजरात में आज 16वां दिन है। इतना निश्चित कह सकता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी यहां पर अपने सभी चुनावी रिकॉर्ड तोड़कर सर्वाधिक सीट और सर्वाधिक मत प्राप्त कर कर विजयी बनेगी और प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ यहां पर हम सरकार बनाएंगे।
क्या आप माधव सिंह सोलंकी का 1985 का रिकॉर्ड, जो कि 149 सीटों का था, उसको ब्रेक कर पाएंगे?
माफ करना आप मुझे, हम रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने की राजनीति नहीं करते हैं।
अमित जी, इस बार इस चुनाव में अहम और मेन मुद्दा क्या है? क्या फिर से एक बार मोदी जी पर भरोसा, मोदी जी के लिए प्यार, या फिर भूपेंद्र जी का प्रदर्शन भी इस बार एक बड़ा मुद्दा रहेगा?
आप दोनों को अलग नहीं कर सकते हो। 1990 से लेकर आज तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी गुजरात में एक भी चुनाव नहीं आ रही है। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का क्लियर कट रिकॉर्ड है और आप सभी जर्नलिस्टों को मालूम पड़ना चाहिए, जब कभी भी हम चुनाव के मैदान में भारतीय जनता पार्टी गुजरात के कार्यकर्ता गए, हमने विजय प्राप्त की है और वो विजय का कारण है गुजरात की जनता का आशीर्वाद और असीम स्नेह। और मैं मानता हूं कि हमने गुजरात की जनता की अपेक्षा पर खरा उतरने के लिए कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी है।
अमित जी, पिछले 27 सालों से गुजरात की जनता भारतीय जनता पार्टी और कांग्रेस के बीच में ही मत डालती आई है। इस बार कह रहे हैं कि एक तीसरी पार्टी भी जो है आम आदमी पार्टी, उसने भी जो है अपनी प्रेजेंस यहाँ पे बनाई है। कैसे देखते हैं आप? क्या इस बार ये लड़ाई त्रिकोणीय है?
ऐसा नहीं है कि हर बार कांग्रेस और भाजपा के बीच में ही मुकाबला। बीच में केशुभाई पटेल ने अपनी पार्टी बनाई, इसके बीच में शंकर सिंह वाघेला ने पार्टी बनाई, उसके पहले चले जाए भाजपा जीतने के पहले तो चिमन भाई पटेल, जो राजनीति के बहुत बड़े जानकार व्यक्ति माने जाते हैं और जिनकी जन स्वीकृति भी काफी थी एक जमाने में, उन्होंने भी अपनी पार्टी बनाई। गुजरात ने कभी भी तीसरी पार्टी के कंसेप्ट को एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया है। गुजरातियों का स्वभाव है, सबकी सुनते हैं। अब सुनने के कारण किसी के मन में भ्रांति हो जाए तो मैं क्या कह सकता हूं, डिब्बे खुलने दीजिए, परिणाम बहुत स्पष्ट आने वाला है।
अमित जी, पिछले 10 सालों में आप लोगों ने कुछ मुख्यमंत्री बदले प्रदेश में। पिछली बार तो आपने पूरी की पूरी कैबिनेट ही बदल डाली। इस बार भी जो कैबिनेट में कुछ मंत्री हैं उनके भी कुछ के टिकट कटे हैं। तो क्या मोदी जी के यहाँ से जाने के बाद, आपके यहाँ से जाने के बाद गुजरात में एक स्थिरता आ पाई है? गुजरात अपना नेता ढूंढ पाया?
देखिए, ये एनालिसिस ठीक नहीं है। मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मोदी जी के जाने के बाद आनंदीबेन पटेल मुख्यमंत्री बनी। आनंदीबेन का जाने का कोई और कारण न था। हमारी पार्टी का नियम था कि 75 साल तक काम करते हैं। उनके 75 साल समाप्त होने में 2 महीने थे, आनंदीबेन को बदला गया। उसके बाद में विजय भाई आए। विजय भाई पूरे 5 साल अपने पूरे किए और भूपेंद्र भाई कर रहे हैं। भूपेंद्र भाई के नेतृत्व में ही हम चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं। इसके बाद भूपेंद्र भाई को ही मुख्यमंत्री बनना है। अस्थिरता का सवाल कहाँ है? कोई सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता अस्थिरता।
मेरा एक सवाल ये भी आने वाला था कि क्या भूपेंद्र जी ही वापस मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे? उसका
हाँ जी, मैंने कह ही दिया।
जी।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बहुमत आएगा तो श्री भूपेंद्र पटेल ही मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं।
That was an excerpt of what Home Minister had to say on the Gujarat elections. Now let's take a look at the big takeaways from that exclusive interaction with Editor-in-Chief Rahul Joshi. The Home Minister has said that the BJP will set all records as far as these results are concerned. Remember, the results will happen on 8th of December. Voters will see through opposition's reverie culture. He has gone on to explain difference between reverie culture and what they say is empowering poor. He says that BJP empowers poor with essentials and has opposed the freebie culture. Poor and backward have first right on India's resources is the big takeaway from Home Minister's 50-minute long interview with Rahul Joshi. BJP is committed to empowering poor regardless of faith. They do not believe in faith, culture, faith and caste. It's about the poorest of the poor. The BJP, according to Mr. Shah, has always supported Uniform Civil Code. He has done a rewind of what the BJP's multiple manifestos have said since 1950. Nehru and Sardar Patel always supported Uniform Civil Code. He has dared the Congress to say that they are against Uniform Civil Code. BJP honored Sardar Patel. Congress, in fact, insulted Sardar Patel, is what he said, that there is a Sardar Patel statue in Gujarat. Why hasn't any Congress leader gone to pay tribute, was the question that he had asked. No Congress leader has honored Patel at the Statue of Unity. And that the BJP government under Prime Minister Narendra Modi has built Sardar Patel Sports Complex, and Congress is crying over Modi Stadium. He also said that the future Olympics will be at Sardar Patel Sports Complex. Let me bring in my guests. Nikhil Patel is the spokesperson of Gujarat BJP. I also have Rohan Gupta, spokesperson of the Congress. Dr. Irshan Trivedi is political analyst. Dr. Trivedi, I'm going to begin with you. So, no third party ever got a toehold in Gujarat, and the state has oscillated between the BJP and the Congress, is what we have seen. This is what the Home Minister also said, that the third party ka concept nahi accept kiya hai Gujarat ne.
See, with utmost respect to our honorable Home Minister, I mean, he has just mentioned that in the past, I mean, Keshubai made this party, then Chimanbai made this party, or Shankar Singh made this party, but he just forgot to mention that these parties were formed by unhappy leaders, and this time the party which is getting the popularity because the unhappiness of the people of Gujarat, because they actually are not getting what they deserve. Even after this much long duration of the BJP governance, I mean, they are not happy. I mean, they are not getting proper education, proper health system, proper women's safety. I mean, we are getting so much liquor problems in Gujarat. Even people died in recently. Morbi incident happened. So I think what I'm getting is that, Honorable Home Minister had said, okay, third party is not welcome. But I mean, this is what people
Rohan
want
Gupta,
now.
would you not agree that the fact is, no, if you look at the history of Gujarat, it has been between the Congress and the BJP, although the BJP has governed it for most of the time. But Rohan Gupta, one may say that yes, as far as the Aam Aadmi Party would have eaten into the vote share of the Congress, this is good news if the BJP sees this as a bipolar contest, not a triangular one. And even if there is a triangular contest, the idea is that the third party never gets a toehold.
Maria, if you see Gujarat political scenario, the basic objective of Aam Aadmi Party to cut into vote of Congress Party, that is what they have done in Uttarakhand and Goa. But at the end of the election, you will realize that that strategy will boomerang, and at the end of the day, they will cut off in votes of BJP. Why I am telling you, if you see their candidates, like Surat is the area where they have few strong candidates, and Surat has been strong bastion of BJP. Even their so-called CM candidate from the constituency from which he is going to fight, it is very difficult for him to win. If you see the rest of Gujarat, the presence of Aam Aadmi Party, the kind of media hype they created through campaigning, it has gone down, and after the declaration of candidate is limited to few seats. So I am 100% sure that Gujarat has always been for two party, and at the end of the day, that is going to be the result of Gujarat. There won't be any change.
Okay, so there'll be a contest between the BJP and the Congress in which, for the moment, the BJP is far ahead. Nikhil Patel.
That is your assumption.
Okay.
That is your assumption.
That is what the surveys are also showing, Rohan.
No, that is the surveys, Maria. If you see 2017 surveys, none of the surveys gave more than 36 seats to Congress. So I see, because I am from Gujarat, I know what is the ground level situation. Okay. There is a strong anger in mind of people against BJP for not taking any actions against the Morbi culprit. Apart from that, the liquor ban, there are a lot of things like paper leak, the drugs issue. The on ground anti-incumbency is very strong against BJP.
Okay.
And you will see Nikhil, that in the results it will be reflected.
Okay, Nikhil, I want you to respond to both Irshan Trivedi and Rohan Gupta. Please go ahead.
Maria, my only response will be, as respected Home Minister Shri said, that BJP is going to break his own records. He has said this on the basis of results that BJP has achieved in last 1.5 years. Let me remind Rohan and my friend Ishan, who are on panel today, that in last 1.5 years, there were 8 to 9 Vidhan Sabha elections, constituency elections fought in Gujarat, which were by election. All have been won by BJP. There have been corporation elections, district panchayat elections, taluka panchayat elections. BJP has garnered more than 90% seats. Let's go to cooperative sector. So in cooperative sector as well, Congress has lost two banks which they used to hold since independence, Bhavnagar and Kheda District Cooperative Bank. So on basis of these results, respected Home Minister has said that BJP is going to win record seats.
Okay.
And
And
long
Rohan,
as politics is concerned,
the Home Minister has actually set a record straight and has also questioned you on the issue of Sardar Patel. I'm going to play that soundbite and I'm going to come and get your reaction on that, Rohan Gupta.
कांग्रेस के मैनिफेस्टो में एक इंटरेस्टिंग बात कही है। उन्होंने ये कहा है कि अगर वो पार्टी पावर में आई तो नरेंद्र मोदी स्टेडियम का नाम बदलकर सरदार पटेल स्टेडियम करेंगे। इसके बारे में आपकी क्या विचार है?
मैं तो धन्यवादी हूं, आपने सवाल पूछ लिया, मैं अखबार में देख रहा था। अब आपने पूछ ही लिया है तो यहीं पर जवाब स्पष्ट कर देता हूं। सबसे पहली बात, कांग्रेस को सरदार पटेल का नाम देने का अधिकार ही नहीं। पूरा जीवन सरदार को इतिहास में उचित स्थान न मिले, इसके पीछे एक गांधी नेहरू परिवार ने लगा। सरदार पटेल की अंत्येष्टि से लेकर, सरदार पटेल का स्मारक बनने से लेकर, सरदार पटेल को भारत रत्न देने तक कोई भी काम इन्होंने रोड़ा अटकाने के अलावा नहीं किया। नरेंद्र भाई ने विश्व की सबसे बड़ी ऊंची प्रतिमा यहां पर सरदार साहब के स्मारक में बनाई। क्या बात कर रहे हो, सरदार किया। नरेंद्र भाई ने देश भर के 8.5 करोड़ किसानों के औजारों का लोहा पिघलाकर किसान नेता सरदार पटेल का, लौह पुरुष सरदार पटेल का विश्व का सबसे बड़ा पुतला बनाने का बात। एक भी कांग्रेसी नेता आज तक वहां पर पुष्पांजलि करने नहीं गया। प्रतिमा किसने भी बनाई हो, आपके शासन में बहुत सारी प्रतिमा बनी है महापुरुषों की, हम जाते हैं, आदर भाव व्यक्त करते हैं। क्योंकि ये प्रतिमा सरदार पटेल की नरेंद्र भाई ने बनाई इसलिए आप नहीं जाते, ऐसा नहीं है। क्योंकि ये सरदार पटेल की प्रतिमा है इसलिए कांग्रेसी नहीं जाते।
रोहन गुप्ता, जवाब दीजिए, क्यों नहीं कोई गया है? कोई भी कांग्रेस का नेता वहां क्यों नहीं गया?
मैं इसका जवाब हिंदी में ही दे दूं, क्योंकि उन्होंने हिंदी में कहा है। देखिए, किसी की मूर्ति बनाने से उसकी विचारधारा का अमल करना, ये मुझे नहीं लगता है कि भाजपा के डीएनए में है। ये वही सरदार पटेल जी है जिन्होंने आरएसएस को बैन किया था, और आरएसएस को बैन करने के समय पे ये कहा था कि अगर आप जहरीली अपनी हरकतों से बाज नहीं आएंगे, ये मैं बैन कभी भी नहीं हटाऊंगा। आपको लगता है भाजपा सरदार पटेल जी की विचारधारा का अमल करते हैं? और सरदार पटेल जी कौन सी पार्टी में थे? वो गुजरात प्रदेश कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष थे, अहमदाबाद के मेयर थे, कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता रहे, कांग्रेस पार्टी के
शासन। As far as the Congress is concerned,
absolutely not. Sardar Patel ji was deputy prime minister of the country. He was the person instrumental in uniting India. What else you want? He is the top leader, and he has been in Congress party till his last breath. What are you talking? Why he was not in RSS? Why he never supported the ideology of RSS?
Nikhil?
Just building the statue of Sardar Patel. You cannot claim that you are following Sardar Patel.
Okay, so then your argument is then Rohan, then going by your argument only, then why is the Congress party proposing that the Narendra Modi Stadium will be called Sardar Patel Stadium if they are voted to power?
Because that is what they did. They changed the name of Sardar Patel Stadium and made Narendra Modi Stadium. So we cannot allow that. It has been historical stadium. When it was constructed, the name was Sardar Patel Stadium. What was the need for them to change the name? Yes, they want to name the complex, sports complex, after Sardar Patel, they can do. But why there was need to change the name? Because for them, supreme leader is Mr. Modi and Mr. Patel. And again, Maria, I am telling you, if you are saying that you are following Mr. Sardar Patel, you need to follow his policies. He was always against the hatred. He was always against...
Nikhil Patel, follow the policies of Sardar Patel rather than going for these statues.
See, before 2017, none of the congressmen used to remember Sardar Patel. I have been born and brought up in Nadia, where Sardar Patel was born. And all his ideologies were shunted by Congress, and whatever Mr. Rohan Gupta is saying, they never used to follow anything. And can you believe that in a Congress manifesto, their agenda is to rename a stadium? What Narendra Modi did is brought glory to the momentous name that Sri Sardar Sahib is. He has built a statue, international, national. You go to any media and you check out any media, and we have invited fellow congressmen thousands of times that at least come and visit this, beautiful statue, at least come and visit this Sardar Sarovar Dam. But they have been protesting against even increasing height of this dam. And I have seen your coverage only, that through News18 we got to know that water of Narmada has reached desert of Kutch, and Congress used to protest it. Congress did not let us increase the height of Sardar Sarovar Dam. So it doesn't suit them, using Sardar Patel's name for such low kind of politics. So I think it is, I have no words to explain that how they are trying to use Sardar Patel's name for purely vote-based politics.
All right. Ron Gupta, quick 30 seconds from you, and then I'll move on to another story.
It is surprising that people who were banned by Mr. Sardar Patel for their divisive politics are taking name of Sardar Patel. Sardar Patel has been Congress leader from day one, and Sardar Patel was Congress leader till was his last breath, and he was against this kind of divisive politics, and Sardar Sarovar name was given by Congress party. So you don't have to advise us as far as Sardar Patel's name is concerned. Rather than doing vote bank politics, you should try to follow his policies, which was always against this divisive politics of BJP. He was always Hindu-Muslim politics, which you have been doing for power.
All right. Nikhil Patel, Ron Gupta and Dr. Irsan Trivedi, thank you so much for joining us. We are shifting focus to our second debate now, which is a shocker that is coming in from the national capital. And this is a story that has sent shockwaves across the country. A chilling and gruesome murder has come to light in the national capital. A man named Aftab has confessed to strangling his live-in partner, a woman named Shraddha, after a fight and chopping her body into 35 pieces. According to the police, Aftab bought a new fridge to store her body parts and dumped the pieces in the Mehroli forest over the next 18 days after the murder. He would step out at 2 a.m. every night to discard the body parts. Aftab and Shraddha met while working at a call center in Malad. The FIR registered by the victim's father has revealed they were against the interfaith relationship, but the two lived in Vasai for around 2 years before they moved to Delhi in May. The FIR states that Shraddha told her mother that Aftab would physically assault her whenever they had a fight. After being unable to reach her in September, the family registered a missing complaint. The case reached the Delhi police in November, where it was converted into a kidnapping case. On November 12th, Aftab was arrested and he confessed to the crime. He then led the police to spots where he scattered the body parts. The case has shaken the conscience of the nation and raises several questions about the police system, where a complaint in Maharashtra took over a month to be acted on by the police here in Delhi. First, here's an overview from the ground.
I'm currently standing at the murder spot. I'll ask my camera person Rahul Malhotra to show you this exact location where it is being said that the body parts, the 35 parts of the body in which it were cut, they were thrown at this location itself, is what we are being told as of now. Currently, the police is investigating the said person Aftab. He has gone ahead and said in his investigation that he used to store those body parts in a fridge that he bought very recently for the purpose of storing the body itself. and approximately for the next 18 days he would come out of his house every night at 2 p.m. and in the night at 2 p.m. he will come here in this area and he would scatter those body parts. This has been happening for the past 4 to 5 days. Or it was only on the 8th of November that the father of that girl of the victim, when they were not being able to contact her through Facebook, they came to Delhi, launched this complaint, and then this man Aftab got arrested, was taken into custody by the police, and now in this entire interrogation he has gone ahead and said that he actually cut that body into 35 parts, and over the next 18 days he went ahead and scattered those body parts in this area itself.
साउथ जिले के पीएस मेहरौली में एक मर्डर केस रजिस्टर हुआ, जिसमें ये मालूम चला कि एक लड़का लड़की लिव-इन रिलेशनशिप में थे। उसमें लड़के ने लड़की का गला घोट के मर्डर कर दिया था मिड ऑफ मई में। ये दोनों लड़का लड़की मुंबई से आते हैं और वहाँ से आके अप्रैल लास्ट में या मई फर्स्ट वीक में दिल्ली में बस जाते हैं। हमारे यहाँ पे एरिया में किराए पे घर पे रहना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं। इनके लिव इन रिलेशनशिप में झगड़े बढ़ जाते हैं और किसी मिड ऑफ मई में इनका झगड़ा ज़्यादा बड़ा हो जाता है और लड़का लड़की का गला दबाकर हत्या कर देता है। इसके बाद लड़का जो है लड़की की बॉडी डिस्पोज पार्ट्स में कट करके अलग अलग जगह पे बॉडी के पार्ट्स फेंकता है।
On what all details will he be questioned during the remand?
We are trying to find out whatever is possible in this case, the recovery of the body parts and the weapon offense. We have tried every angle, and some things we have recovered and some things are still being recovered.
So have any of the body parts recovered?
A lot of things have been recovered.
Will they be sent for DNA profiling?
Everything will be done. The scientific evidence, forensics, and the digital evidence will be used in this
Has
case.
the weapon of offense been recovered yet?
A lot of things have been recovered. Yeah.
So what has he confessed so far, Aftab?
He has confessed to committing the crime. Initially, he was evading, saying that the girl went off just because they had a fight. But now, after sustained interrogation, he accepted the fact that he has murdered.
How many days remand has been secured?
5 days PC.
5 days.
Yeah. We'll seek more if required.
And let me go straight to Rajat Shukla. He is Shraddha's friend. He is joining us live. Rajat, श्रद्धा ने आपसे कब लास्ट बात की थी और वो क्या बताती थी आफ्ताब के बारे में?
Shraddha and I were friends from our college days. We were there together for all 3 years of our bachelor's in mass media. And, it was the end of our degree was when Shraddha's behavior was a little changed. And that's when we were in question, all of our friends, we were in question that why is Shraddha behaving this way? But then there are obviously secrets that people keep in personal. So 2018 was when she didn't reveal about it. But then later in 2019, she revealed that she's dating this guy now.
Okay, so 2019, she told her friends that she was dating this boy Aftab. And when did the live-in relationship start and what was the objections that her parents had?
I think our society has progressed, yes, but not to this extent that anybody would accept a live-in relationship. Live-in relationship is certainly done out of, whatever a person, a partner, they love each other, they stay. But the family are still not that progressive that they would allow. So even in the case of Shraddha, family was not so supportive.
When did you get...
Shraddha's mother had passed away already.
Okay.
It was just her
Rajat,
father.
I want to understand from you. Okay, I want to understand from you, Rajat. When did you get suspicious that something was amiss? कि कुछ गलत हुआ है, इसीलिए Shraddha was not in touch with all of you?
The sad part is that, generally people when they get into relationships, they sort of cut off from friends. We thought it's a usual thing. But somehow Aftab had a greater influence on Shraddha, and that was very, very clear. Just after she revealed that she is with Aftab, and then, a few days later, she started telling about how Aftab is being boiled into her. He beats her up. And she's totally into, let's say, a zone where she wants to come out, but she cannot come out. She had told these things to us. But sadly, they continued staying together. And, it was being informed to us that, both of them, mutually they had a decision that they are going to shift to Delhi for job. And sooner after she went to Delhi, she was out of reach. And within a week, just within a week. It is surprising. After that, we tried to follow up, we tried to find where she is, and then later on, the complaint was being lodged, and further actions. And today we are getting to know about such a heinous crime that's taken. And I seriously question everybody. Whoever is making these stories that they were lovers. I don't understand how can a lover cut somebody into 35 pieces. Was this guy who we thought that is a friend and can be a lover and can
Rajat,
commit
did
such a
any of
heinous
you
crime? I seriously doubt he can be
did any of
associated
you
with
meet
maybe some terrorist group. Anything can happen.
did any of you meet आफ्ताब? आप लोग की कभी भी आफ्ताब से
Yes,
मुलाकात
yes.
हुई? Any of your friends?
Yes, a lot of people met Aftab, but Aftab never revealed where his family is and where he's coming from. The sad part is we just make friends. We just see how's the vibe of the person. We make friends, and we are unfortunate today that we have lost our friend by a traitor who has literally in the name of love, uh, killed our friend. And,
Yes.
she's gone
Yes,
for
it's
forever.
extremely sad. But Rajat, when she told all of you that he's violent, what exactly did she share with you? And why weren't any of your, why didn't any of you tell her to approach the police or approach her parents?
Generally, it is like, love relationships. It is like an unsaid rule that sacrifices something. I don't know why people appreciate sacrifice. This is the very same thing that was also told to Shraddha, and even Shraddha was herself willing to stay. She said, I want to leave, but I cannot. So I don't know what to do in this. It's after all her personal case. We can only guide her. We can only convince her to come out of it. But it is sad when these kind of cases end up in this way.
So she told all of you that she wanted to end this relationship or come out of this relationship, but she could not. Who was the last person to speak to her? And when you say that she was unreachable, who tried to get in touch with her?
It was her brother.
Okay, and you were in touch with her brother?
Yeah, so she was last in touch with her brother, and after that she was out of reach. And all of we friends, we got to know about these things a week later, and we started to find her, and we miserably failed.
So what did you do to find her? When you said that you started to find her, who did you call? Did you try to call up Aftab and find out where she was?
So I think her brother we contacted Aftab, and Aftab was like, I don't know where she is. She's gone. Maybe she would be in travel because Shraddha love to travel. So we somehow were a little like, okay, maybe it's possible she would choose to be alone. She'll do a solo travel. We were not that very surprised with that. And she was a strong girl. She was a very active girl. Let me tell you, we used to do theater together. We had performed on nice levels, and a person with such great aura, such great energy, would just you know fight for marriage. This seems absolutely rubbish to me. And just for the heck of staying in the relationship, the person would end up getting murdered from somebody who is so toxic. This again seems undigestible to me. These are all made up stories, I think, and I think this requires an investigation. And uh, unlike all the other cases, I am going to be behind this to seek justice for Shraddha, because this can happen to anybody. This is my friend. Today I feel extremely unfortunate that this is happening to my friend. This can happen to anybody, and we have to see that such things doesn't happen. We think that with very simple things. A person is just being abused physically. Somebody is beating a person. We think that okay, it can somehow
right.
progress in
All
the
right,
further thing and
Rajat,
become
thank
a
you
nice
so
relationship.
much
But
for
then
joining
no.
us and telling us the story of Shraddha. So let me give you an overview of this gruesome crime, what we know and the sequence of events. On May 18th is when Aftab killed Shraddha, and this happened after a fight. That's what he told the cops. And he chopped her body into 35 pieces, you know, completely dismembered her body. Over the next 18 days, Aftab has told the cops that he dumped the various body parts in the Mehrauli Chhatarpur forests. Aftab would leave home at 2 a.m. every night to discard these body parts. He has also confessed and said that on September 14th is when, I mean, the sequence is now this way, that on September 14th is when Shraddha's friend informed her family that she was unreachable, that they were not able to reach her or call her because her phone was switched off. And on September 15th is when the family tried to contact Shraddha, that is, the brother tried to contact Shraddha, as you heard from Rajat, her friend. And on September 16th, a day later, they filed a missing persons complaint in Vasai. November 9th, Maharashtra cops send missing persons file, that is 2 months later, to Delhi police. The missing complaint is converted into a kidnapping FIR. On November 12th is when the Delhi police arrest Aftab, who confesses to this crime, and he is the one who takes them to various places where he had scattered the body parts. We are getting some more chilling details of this murder, most foul. Now, sources are telling CNN News 18 that Aftab was active on the dating app Bumble. Aftab continued dating women who visited his house when Shraddha's body parts were kept in the refrigerator. Aftab, in fact, bought a saw from a local shop to chop off Shraddha into pieces, and he bought the refrigerator online to store the body. He bought bleach as well as the body parts started to decompose. Shraddha's father's sample has been taken for DNA profiling, is what police are telling Anvit, who's tracking the story very closely, and search is on for the remaining body parts of Shraddha. Anvit Srivastav continues to be with us. Anvit, this is a sick mind that we are looking at, that even when his partner's body, the partner that he killed, is in the refrigerator in the same house, he has other women visiting him and he's continuing with his romance.
Correct, Maria. This is what the details that we are getting from senior officials, and they've told CNN, and this is a CNN exclusive, that this man used to use this dating app, and in fact, this was also one of the bone of contention between Shraddha and Aftab, because Shraddha used to object to it because she had been wanting to get married to this guy. But he continued using this dating app, and women used to visit his house. And it was also when he had killed Shraddha and her body was stabbed in the refrigerator into pieces. Many women visited his house, and he dated them at the very same place, just some feet away from where Shraddha's body was stashed in the refrigerator. Other details on the investigation that are emerging are that this man had bought a saw from a local shop, the saw that the carpenters use for furniture. That saw was used to chop Shraddha's body into pieces. He further went on to buy a refrigerator online because to stash the body so that they don't decompose. And when this foul smell started emanating, he also bought a bleach and washed the body with it. So all these things were bought online, and now police are also looking into electronic evidences as to when was these items bought, and these scientific evidences will be corroborated with the statement that he has given. The detailed statement has already been recorded. He has been arrested and is in the 5 days police remand. But as the police questions him over the next 5 days, they'll be recreating the crime scene. They'll be taking him to the crime scene where all he had disposed of the body parts. And today's and yesterday's search, police have found some bones. This is also a detail that is coming in, that her father's sample, Shraddha's father's sample, have been taken.
Okay.
And the bones that have been recovered, now sample will be taken from these bones, and they'll be matching it for DNA profiling, whether or not this is Shraddha's body and whether it matches with her father's. Also, over the next few days, police will continue searching for the body parts and also establish the entire sequence of events as this man will be questioned over the next 4 days now.
All right, Anvit, thank you so much for joining us. We are also being joined by Dr. Jayanti Datta, clinical psychologist. Dr. Datta, Aftab doesn't have any criminal antecedent. yet the brutality of this crime makes it rarest of the rare crime. What is he up to? I mean, what exactly is this man?
See, there is a pathological aspect. We call them psychopaths, you know. These are the very clever, very intelligent people in the sense that they don't show off what their intentions are. They conduct themselves in a way that in certain other parts you will never be able to suspect that this man can do this. See what he was doing, what I've been sounding to other channels since morning, that you know, it's just not the marriage. There has to be something more to it. You cannot brutally kill somebody like this, chop the body parts into so many parts, and you were cool, you were not worried about it, you're you know, disposing them off in a very systematic, very organized manner. There has to be some kind of thing. You know, these are the ones who often do this kind of gruesome killing and then they boast about it. See, I've done it. So I think that a streak would also be there. Now, as far as the forensic part is concerned, I don't think one has to worry about matching the bone parts and the body parts which you have got. You had such a huge refrigerator. I'm sure if the samples are taken from there, I also raised one thing, you know, it's a huge adult body and you cut them, you chop them into so many pieces. What happens to the blood?
Yes.
Where goes, you know, and which is the pallet where he kept the body and chopped it off. You cannot chop off the body hanging, you know, you have to place the body somewhere, and he is a seasoned chopper. He knew how to chop the meat. So where was he keeping the body?
Yes,
Who
Dr.
were the
Datta,
ones
while
he
you're
fell
looking
upon?
at, yes, you know, because is there an accomplice? Is there someone who is partner in this entire
Yes,
crime? So
of
that is
course.
a larger question. But Dr.
Certainly,
Datta, Dr.
Yes,
Datta, I
you
also want to
cannot do it
understand from
alone.
you,
You
if
cannot
you are
do it
saying,
alone.
if he is a psychopath, would you say that he would have shown similar traits in the past? That how did
Surely,
it come all of a sudden?
surely. Maybe this is his first offense.
Okay.
See how they get seasoned is they keep committing a smaller crime, and when they don't get caught, they go undetected. The next crime is more gruesome. So slowly, slowly this criminal propensity gets harnessed, and this kind of thing which he has done, you know, he would imagine a 20 years old boy dealing with this kind of an incidents. Wouldn't he be a little nervous? Wouldn't he be a little worried if he didn't have a kind of a fallback support? I'm sure he had some fallback support system, maybe the peer group, maybe the community, maybe somebody else, the friends. And as you were saying that, you know, he continued dating the women. He
Yes.
had parties. Now this is something which is amazing. So he got seasoned, and people are there, you know, to give you the moral boost. Kuch nahi hota, you will get released. Nobody can catch you. You know, so that guilt aspect of yours gets erased, and you start boasting about it. You feel, you know, it's a grandiose syndrome. You feel you are omnipotent. You have the power to do whatever you want. And this is a psychotic syndrome. I'm sure he has it. Now,
All
when
right.
the interrogation takes place,
Okay.
this has to be a very skilled interrogation. Plus, it should have the videography, because the body postures, you know, howsoever clever you are, your kinesics, they give out.
Okay.
So if you have the videography, if you have a criminal psychologist to interpret, I'm sure they will be able to reach out.
All right.
I would also want the family to be interrogated of Aftab.
Okay.
Because I'm sure if you interrogate them properly, they will be
they'll
able to give you
yes,
out some
about
of his
perhaps,
tricks.
yes,
Yes.
those yes, you're talking about the signs he would have
I'm
shown
sure he
while
has
he was
had a
all right.
oppressive
All right.
oppressive childhood.
All right. Dr.
Oppressive
Jayanti
childhood.
Datta, thank you
Was
so
he
much. I'm going to
brutalized?
connect with you tomorrow again. Thank you so much. And as the debate continues over
Thank
the
you.
collegium system of appointing judges, former Chief Justice of India, UU Lalit, has defended it as the best system. Speaking exclusively to CNN News 18, the former Chief Justice has said that though the collegium system is here to stay, there is still scope for improvement, especially when it comes to making it more transparent. However, he maintains that choosing judges is a fundamental norm. This comes after Law Minister Kiren Rijiju recently criticized the collegium system for being opaque. The Law Minister said that according to him, the National Judicial Appointments Commission, that is the NJAC, was a better option as it also involved the Law Minister and two non-judicial individuals picked by the Prime Minister and Leader of Opposition. However, when Parliament passed the NJAC in 2015, the Supreme Court had struck it down. The fresh debate begins, in fact, has begun. The question once again, is it time to revamp the collegium system? Joining me now, Professor Faizan Mustafa, former Vice Chancellor of Nalsar University of Hyderabad. We also have Geeta Luthra, Senior Advocate of Supreme Court. Professor Faizan Mustafa, beginning with you, the selection process through collegium system cannot be more transparent than what it is what has been said by multiple judges in the past, multiple Chief Justices in the past. The government in recent weeks have been constantly raising questions around it. So are we heading for some kind of collision here between the judiciary and the executive?
No, lately there has been quite a cordial relationship between the two. Last time when two judges were recommended by the collegium, within 48 hours the names were cleared by the government and they were able to take oath. Similarly, when 9 judges were recommended, it was also cleared in a record time within a week. What has really happened that while there is great merit in having transparency, but you would recall when that infamous press conference took place on 11th of February,
that's right,
2019, and 4 judges on a working day came out, then some kind of transparency was brought in and the minutes of the collegium were uploaded on the Supreme Court website.
Yes.
And then there was a concern that many names which were not approved, and it was said that the integrity was doubtful, etc., etc. So many people, there is a genuine concern which Justice Lalit has expressed that many good people would not like to have that kind of dissection and a scrutiny done in the media when their names are considered by the collegium and the collegium decisions are made public. And that's why Justice Lalit is saying once the decision has been made, then it should be made public.
Okay.
What really worries me as a student of law is that this whole problem is there because many people feel that the behavior of the collegium is like English weather, as unpredictable as English weather. So had there been not many super sessions, you know, Mrs. Gandhi is still criticized for having a super session of 2 CJIs.
That's right.
But in the collegium, many times, you know, senior chief justices, senior judges are overlooked. Senior judges are overlooked and brought late so that they don't become CJIs or they don't get much of a time in the Supreme Court. So there is definitely some genuine concern which Law Minister has expressed. Because if you look at the parliamentary debate on NJC, all political parties in one voice spoke against the collegium system.
Okay. So,
many write-ups have been written against the collegium system. But on the other hand, government makes most of the appointments. Can we say all appointments made by the government are absolutely fair and no questions can be asked about them?
That's a fair point. I'm going to come back to you, Professor Mustafa. Geeta Luthra, the system has evolved by means of the judgments of the Supreme Court and not by an act of parliament or by any constitutional provision. The criticism has been that this is unconstitutional largely and a system which is non-transparent and opaque. Where is that scope of improvement then? Because there is no official procedure, there is lack of a written manual for functioning, or also there is no selective public, there is no records of meetings either.
See, there are the various judges' case, and S.V. Gupta. So the question is that do you want a system by which the judiciary is totally independent? The perception that was building up in the earlier system before the judges sort of appointed or selected the judges was that the executive used to use this as a means to appoint judges on a spoils method rather than a merits method. Now, every system is going to have its weaknesses. There's no perfect system. If the judges appoint judges, there will be favorites. If the executive appoints judges, there will be an element of spoils versus merit. But overall, the appointment of judges by judges ensures a more independent, nothing can be foolproof. So the question is, which is the better system? And I believe that till we evolve a better system, because as has just been said by the other speaker, the question is, you have many appointments made in the manner where the leader of the opposition, the leader in the government are involved, and there is a committee. Nothing is foolproof.
Yes.
So when you have the executive, the parliament, the legislature and the judiciary, when the legislature and the executive are not selected by the judges and they are by the people, rather parliament is by the people, and that then gets the executive, then the third wing to be independent. What evolved was a system of the collegium system. Now, your question on transparency, I believe that you can't be totally transparent.
Okay,
because
I have just enough time for Professor Faizan Mustafa's final word. Professor Faizan Mustafa, we are talking about the inconsistency and the subjectivity of this entire collegium system. As Geeta Luthra was saying that no system can be foolproof, then what according to you is the best system?
No, the best system has to be, if you look at the text of the Constitution, Article 124, it anticipates wider consultation. One of the major problems with the collegium system is that the word consultation was said to be concurrence. Now, in no English dictionary, consultation means concurrence. Two, in our system in 124, even high court judges are to be consulted. The collegium system has completely denied any role to the high court judges. When you are bringing their colleagues to the Supreme Court,
that's right.
I think some of the high court judges are in a position to advise the president. And therefore, we need to cast our net wider. And we need to take all stakeholders on board to say that the government should be completely removed from the process is not right. And even under the collegium system, to be very honest, government has been successful in blocking names of people about whom it had some reservations. And in every country in the world, the government does have some role. So I personally feel that neither government should have a dominating position, nor the judges on their own alone should be able to appoint judges. Let the executive and the judiciary work together.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Professor Faizan Mustafa, Geeta Luthra. Of course, this is a subject of discussion which will be continuing because, as we said, that the system is here to stay with all its flaws, the subjectivity and inconsistency associated with it. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching.
कि पहले तो चिमन भाई पटेल जो राजनीति के बहुत बड़े जानकार व्यक्ति माने जाते हैं और जिनकी जनस्वीकृति भी काफी थी एक जमाने में, उन्होंने भी अपनी पार्टी बनाई। गुजरात ने कभी भी तीसरी पार्टी के कंसेप्ट को एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया है। गुजरातियों का स्वभाव है सबकी सुनते हैं। अब सुनने के कारण किसी के मन में भ्रांति हो जाए तो मैं क्या कह सकता हूं, डिब्बे खुलने दीजिए, परिणाम बहुत स्पष्ट आने वाला है।
अमित जी, बहुत लोगों का कहना, हमारे यहाँ पत्रकार जो साथी हैं उनका कहना यह है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की लड़ाई इस बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी से ही है, क्योंकि काफी बड़े बड़े नेताओं का टिकट
तो अच्छा ही है, जो जीतेगा वो भाजपा का जीतेगा।
जी 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 पर सवाल यह है कि काफी बड़े नेताओं के टिकट कट गए हैं। काफी लोगों को आपने, जो कि बहुत समय से भारतीय जनता पार्टी के संग जुड़े हैं, 5 बार एमएलए रहे हैं, 7 बार एमएलए रहे हैं, मधु श्रीवास्तव हो, योगेश पटेल हो, इस तरह लोगों को इस बार टिकट नहीं मिला। तो क्या इस वजह से, और मैं इसीलिए कह रहा हूं कि ये बीजेपी वर्सेस बीजेपी लड़ाई है, कि कहीं इस वजह से कोई लोगों में थोड़ा सा मन मुटाव तो नहीं है?
जरा भी मन मुटाव का सवाल नहीं है। आप जो कह रहे हैं वो पहली बार नहीं हुआ है। मैं 1995 से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की चुनावी प्रक्रिया को बहुत नज़दीक से देखने वाला कार्यकर्ता हूं और 2002 से प्रक्रिया के अंदर बैठने वाला कार्यकर्ता हूं। हर बार 30% के आसपास टिकट और चेहरे बदलते हैं। ये हर बार की प्रक्रिया है, मगर एक भी बड़ा चेहरा बागी बनकर नहीं खड़ा है। आज सभी लोग पर्चा डलवाने के लिए गए, सभी के भाषण हुए हैं, सभी आप लोगों के इंटरव्यू में भी आ रहे हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक कल्चर है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी में जो फैसला होता है वो स्वाभाविक रूप से, अगर मेरे लिए कोई मुझे पसंद ना आए ऐसा फैसला होगा तो मैं व्यक्ति हूं, अंततोगत्वा दुख तो होगा ही होगा, मगर इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं पार्टी के खिलाफ काम करूंगा। पार्टी की एक डिसिप्लिन होती है, पार्टी की एक संस्कृति है और हमारी पार्टी की एक परंपरा भी है। और हमारे सारे नेता, मेरी सबसे बात हुई है, एक लाइन से भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जिताने के लिए कटिबद्ध है और पूर्ण जोश से लगे हुए हैं।
नहीं, हम लोगों ने सुना है कि आप खुद पर्सनली सबसे बात कर रहे हैं और यहाँ पर जमे हुए हैं और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सीनियर वरिष्ठ नेताओं से।
जमे क्या हुए, मैं यहीं का हूँ भाई, कहाँ बाहर बीतते हो?
नहीं नहीं, मेरा मतलब है आप दिल्ली से यहाँ जमे हुए हैं पिछले 2 महीनों से। जी अमित जी, पिछले 10 सालों में आप लोगों ने कुछ मुख्यमंत्री बदले प्रदेश में। पिछली बार तो आपने पूरी की पूरी कैबिनेट ही बदल डाली। इस बार भी जो कैबिनेट में कुछ मंत्री हैं उनके भी कुछ के टिकट कटे हैं। तो क्या मोदी जी के यहाँ से जाने के बाद, आपके यहाँ से जाने के बाद गुजरात में एक स्थिरता आ पाई है? गुजरात अपना नेता ढूंढ
देखिए, ये एनालिसिस ठीक नहीं है। मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मोदी जी के जाने के बाद आनंदीबेन पटेल मुख्यमंत्री बनी। आनंदीबेन का जाने का कोई और कारण न था, हमारी पार्टी का नियम था कि 75 साल तक काम करते हैं। उनके 75 साल समाप्त होने में 2 महीने थे, आनंदीबेन को बदला गया। उसके बाद में विजय भाई आए, विजय भाई पूरे 5 साल अपने पूरे किए और भूपेंद्र भाई कर रहे हैं। भूपेंद्र भाई के नेतृत्व में ही हम चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं। इसके बाद भूपेंद्र भाई को ही मुख्यमंत्री बनना है। अस्थिरता का सवाल कहाँ है? कोई सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता अस्थिरता।
मेरा एक सवाल ये भी आने वाला था कि क्या भूपेंद्र जी ही वापस मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे? उसका
हाँ जी, मैंने कह ही दिया। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बहुमत आएगा तो श्री भूपेंद्र पटेल ही मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं।
अमित जी, एक चीज देखी गई है पिछले कुछ सालों में कि ये एक फ्रीबीज की राजनीति चालू हुई है। आप लोगों ने उसके अगेंस्ट मतलब बहुत जोरों से बोला भी है, मोदी जी ने भी कहा है, उसको रेवड़ी की राजनीति बताया है। मगर नई पार्टियां आती हैं और जो है ऐलान करना शुरू कर देती हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मुफ्त, हेल्थ केयर मुफ्त, एजुकेशन मुफ्त, 1000 रुपये यहाँ देंगे, 3000 रुपये वहाँ देंगे। इस तरह की राजनीति के बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
देखिए, गुजरात है, यहाँ एनालिसिस करने वाले लोग हैं, पढ़ने वाले लोग हैं, समझने वाले लोग हैं और सोच समझकर एनालिसिस कर गुजरात की जनता फैसला लेती है। अब तक जो वादे किए गए इसका योग बताए तो गुजरात का बजट 2,42,000 करोड़ है और वादे हो गए हैं 3,52,000 करोड़ के। नई इनकम कुछ नहीं करनी है, पुराना
Non-stop number 1 for 29 weeks, cementing its place as India's favorite channel. CNN News 18, on your side.
जब फ्रीबीज की बात होती है तो केंद्रीय सरकार भी तो फ्रीबीज दे रही है, कहीं ऐसा जैसे कि फ्री राशन दे रहे हैं आप, उसकी आपकी व्यवस्था बनी हुई है, फ्री सिलेंडर आप भी दे रहे हैं, तो इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं? क्या ये फ्रीबीज नहीं?
देखिए, दो चीजों में तत्वतः फर्क है। जैसे भारत सरकार की सो कॉल्ड फ्रीबीज, किसी को घर देना, किसी को गैस का कनेक्शन देना, किसी के घर में लाइट पहुंचाना, किसी को आयुष्मान भारत का कार्ड देना, और अब अंत में आपने जो कहा कोरोना के बाद उनको फ्री राशन देना, किसी को बिजली देना, ये रेवड़िया बांटना नहीं है, मगर बिजली का बिल न देना रेवड़िया बांटना है। किसी को घर देना मैं नहीं मानता रेवड़ी बांटना है, ये इसके जीवन स्तर को उठाने का प्रयास है। जो आजादी के 70 साल तक कांग्रेस ने 60 साल तक शासन किया, वो नहीं कर पाए, वो हम करें। मगर फिर घर का टैक्स हम माफ नहीं करते, इसका हम शौचालय बना देते हैं, क्योंकि अधिकार है 75 साल के बाद एक महिला का कि घर में शौचालय हो, उसको एम्ब्रेसमेंट ना हो सुबह, मगर हम शौचालय का रिपेयरिंग नहीं कर देते। और जहां तक मुफ्त में अनाज देने की बात है, आप सभी को मालूम है, पूरा देश जानता है, पूरी दुनिया जानती है कि कोरोना के बाद एक लिंगरिंग फेज में स्लो डाउन रहा है, जिसकी सबसे बुरी असर किसी पर पड़ी है तो देश के गरीबों पर पड़ी है। सोसाइटी का कोई भी सेगमेंट कुदरती आपत्ति के कारण, महामारी के कारण अगर किसी भी तरह से प्रभावित होता है तो शासन की जिम्मेदारी है, नैतिक जिम्मेदारी है इसको मदद करना। जैसे बाढ़ आती है, सूखा आता है, साइक्लोन आता है, तो हम मदद करते हैं, वो फ्रीबीज नहीं है, उसका सपोर्ट है। तो ये दोनों को मिक्सअप नहीं करना चाहिए। वोट के लिए रेवड़िया बांटना अलग बात है, और किसी का जीवन स्तर ऊपर उठाने के लिए एक बार उसको मदद कर कर इसको अच्छे जीवन जीने का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देना अलग बात है। दोनों के बीच में मूलतः अंतर है, और मैं मानता हूं देश की जनता इसको जानती है।
एक दूसरे प्रश्न की ओर बढ़ते हैं। राज्यों के जब चुनाव आते हैं तो उसके पहले यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड की बात आपकी पार्टी करती है।
भाई एक मिनट रुक जाओ। 1950 से हमारे हर घोषणा पत्र में है कि हम यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड को लाएंगे
जी।
1950 से नहीं, संविधान सभा ने भी आर्टिकल 44 के अंदर कहा है कि देश के विधानमंडलों और देश की संसद ने जब भी अनुकूलता हो तब यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लाना चाहिए, जिसमें जवाहरलाल नेहरू, सरदार पटेल, मौलाना आजाद, राजा जी, ये सब के दस्तखत है
जी।
अब इन लोगों को क्या कहोगे? ये भी सांप्रदायिक सोच कर गए थे ना, वो सांप्रदायिक सोच कर नहीं गए थे। एपीसमेंट के कारण के बाद 67 के बाद आपने सांप्रदायिक सोचना शुरू किया है, वो तो ठीक ही सोच कर गए थे कि किसी भी पंथ निरपेक्ष राष्ट्र के अंदर सभी धर्म के नागरिकों के लिए समान कानून होना चाहिए, कानून धर्म के आधार पर नहीं होना चाहिए। मगर अब इसको भी राजनीतिक कलर देते रहे। हमने हमारे जनसंघ के समय से ये हमारा घोषणा पत्र का वादा है जिसको हम पूरा करते हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ ये क्यों, हमने कहा था राम मंदिर बनाएंगे, मोदी जी ने इसका भूमि पूजन कर दिया, और 2024 का आप टिकट निकलवा कर रखना, जनवरी का भव्य राम मंदिर अयोध्या में आपको दिखाई पड़ेगा। हमने कहा था कि हमने कहा था कि हम ट्रिपल तलाक को समाप्त कर देंगे जी, हमने कर दिखाया। हमने कहा था एक देश में 2 विधान, 2 निशान, 2 प्रधान नहीं चलेंगे, धारा 370 हट कर रहेगी, और 5 अगस्त 2019 को मोदी जी ने धारा 370 को हटा दिया। ये सभी हमारे वादे हैं। धारा 370 हटी, कौन सा चुनाव था भाई? राम जन्मभूमि का भूमि पूजन हुआ, कौन सा चुनाव था? ट्रिपल तलाक हटा, कौन सा चुनाव था? और अगर आप नहीं हटाना चाहते हैं, आप कॉमन सिविल पर्सनल लॉज को सेव करना चाहते हैं, तो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने कह देना चाहिए कि इस देश में कॉमन सिविल कोड नहीं होना चाहिए। इतनी नैतिक ताकत तो होनी चाहिए। मैं तो कांग्रेस के सारे नेताओं को कहता हूं कि मीडिया अगर इकट्ठा ना होता तो हम भेज देते हैं, सब लोग एक बार घोषणा कर दो कि देश में कॉमन सिविल कोड नहीं होना चाहिए, कुछ ट्रेंड तो लो
जी।
मैंने तो ऐसी कंफ्यूज पार्टी ही नहीं देखी। धारा 300
अमित शाह जी, आपका गुजरात अधिवेशन में आपका स्वागत है। ये एक्सक्लूसिव इंटरव्यू न्यूज़ 18 ग्रुप को देने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। 6 महीने पहले भी आपने सिर्फ हम ही लोगों को इंटरव्यू दिया था जब 5 राज्यों के चुनाव हुए थे। 6 महीने बाद आज फिर आपको इंटरव्यू करने का हमारा सौभाग्य है। आपका स्वागत है इस अधिवेशन में। अमित जी, सबसे पहला सवाल, हम लोग गुजरात में हैं, चुनावी माहौल गर्म है। गुजरात आपकी जन्मभूमि भी रही है, आपकी कर्मभूमि भी रही है। पहला सवाल बहुत सीधा और सरल है, कितनी सीट देते हैं गुजरात में आप भारतीय जनता पार्टी को?
देखिए, सीटों के आकलन करने के लिए तो बहुत जल्दबाजी होगी, मगर मैं इतना निश्चित कह सकता हूं, दीपावली के समय से लगभग मेरा गुजरात में आज 16वां दिन है। इतना निश्चित कह सकता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी यहां पर अपने सभी चुनावी रिकॉर्ड तोड़कर सर्वाधिक सीट और सर्वाधिक मत प्राप्त कर विजयी बनेगी और प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ यहां पर हम सरकार बनाएंगे।
क्या आप माधव सिंह सोलंकी का 1985 का रिकॉर्ड, जो कि 149 सीटों का था, उसको ब्रेक कर पाएंगे?
माफ करना आप मुझे, हम रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने की राजनीति नहीं करते हैं, ना हमारी किसी से स्पर्धा है। हमारा चुनाव का लक्ष्य है हर एक मतदाता का संपर्क हो,